Let's teach you how to crush island bases every single time with one attack for more 3 stars. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt. Island type bases are one of the more annoying type of bases in the game. However, Hybrid is the one attack that can absolutely crush it every single time. So how are you going to use this regardless of your town hall level? Well, you want to mainly take a look and cut the base down into 4 quadrants. This is made easier by the fact that each of these key buildings, except for the eagle, are in an island. So it makes it a lot easier. Pretty much what you're doing is you want easy pathing with the use of the hybrid. So you want easy pathing that kind of looks like this. That way what you're able to then do is set up one side of the funnel with the queen charge. You're getting rid of an entire area of the base, one quadrant. Then you're going to be creating the funnel on the other side to make it easier for you to enter into the base with the hybrid. That's pretty much it. That's how simple it can get. Now, for starters here, you will be charging into a multi-inferno compartment. So you want to start doing is creating the funnels. Sneaky goblins are a great choice for funneling. They can practically take down resource collectors with only using 1. So it's a really good choice to use. You can also bring in the Yeti and wizards. And the Yeti provides a lot of support because the Yeti mites take down any defenses that are close to it or are targeting it, so you can really take advantage of that. And you can use a baby dragon. Now, if you think that the queen up here will start moving right the way towards the inferno, which building is closer? And unfortunately, it's actually the bomb tower. The queen's going to work her way this direction because the multi-inferno is not the closest structure to her. It's not the easiest to get to. So that is the reason to why it goes all the way around. Now, don't panic if this happens to you. So you want to be able to fix up the funnel, be able to use the king or something like that, and make sure that you're keeping this queen alive as she starts to go in towards the CC, the Eagle Artillery, tries to deal with those things. You may want to use a couple Hog Riders to take care of that Inferno Tower, whether it's single or multi. You want to protect that queen and the healers as much as you can. Now, something to keep in mind is you could always use a Yeti Blimp, which is using Yetis in the Battle Blimp with a Rage spell, and they could get you more value from just that one compartment alone, since there's going to be multiple defenses targeting onto your Yetis, but you want to take advantage of that. So using a Yeti Bomb or a Yeti Blimp is a great choice. So once you create that side of the funnel while your queen is still working this direction, you've got the Siege Barrack and the king working this way. That way what you're able to do is control where the hybrid is going to go. And they're going to go right in towards that inferno. Like I said, you want easy pathing with this hybrid. So that way what you're able to do is easily move in an L shape. You're moving the way all the way towards towards that town hall, which is exactly what you want. You want to be able to get all the way to the town hall using the heal spells and the freeze in order to make sure that you're able to easily get through. And you also want to be able to get rid of the town hall, since that's a big threat, especially if you are a Town Hall 12 or Town Hall 13. Now, using the Warden ability should be used either over the Town Hall if you're a Town Hall 12 and Town Hall 13, or you should be using it after your first heal spell at Town Hall 11. That way you're able to get through the Eagle shots. But the main goal here is to work your way through being able to easily get through these defensive buildings. Unfortunately, if a single Inferno locks onto your queen, she's gonna die. So it's definitely something to be sort of very cautious of, especially. So maybe using free spells is a great choice for that. But pretty much at this point, it's practically all cleanup. The miners and hogs are already doing a completely great job at getting through the rest of it. Sometimes you can use a rage spell to rage up your hogs and miners as they get through. Sometimes you may have a dumb warden and he's just gonna die. So you just gotten some of those things, but you want to be able to really make this a lot easier for you, because these island type bases are not difficult in the slightest. Now we've got more examples of how to take down island bases with one attack. Now this island base is a little different from the previous one we showed. Now, this is the reason to why this is a super good attack for it. You mainly want to be able, again, to cut down the base. Keep this in mind, because you want to look for the best possible area to go into. Well, this area seems to be the best choice, because you can get a lot from there, from just charging into here and staying in this one compartment. You're able to get rid of the town hall, so that's a plus. But along with that, you are going to create the funnel on the other side to focus in and going in like this. Really simple. Now remember, if you're a Town Hall 11, you don't need to worry about the Town Hall, but if you're a Town Hall 12 or Town Hall 13, this is where you gotta get rid of the Town Hall with either the Hybrid or the Queen Charge. So you want to be able to make sure that you're able to do just that. So if you can Queen Charge the Eagle Artillery, you charge in with the Hybrid towards the Town Hall, and vice versa. So you want to be able to start by creating the funnel on both sides of where you're charging into. Using a couple Cocoa Loons in order to soak up Seeking Air Mines. Usually the Town Hall is going to be trapped, so this is a good thing to do. So using 2 balloons in order to make sure that you're able to do that is exactly what you want. You then want to create the funnel so you can start working your way in towards the Inferno or that Town Hall. So you want to be able to start working your way in. Now be very careful of something like this happening. You do not want the healers to move away from your queen, especially if she starts activating the Town Hall. You want the healers to go right the way back over to her. You got to use the rage spell in order to keep her alive, because the Town Hall is going to do a lot of damage, and when you're going into dealing with the enemy clan castle troops, it's a good idea to do exactly that while still dropping in that poison to deal with the enemy CC troops, even if it's super minions. So at this point, he's able to get through the clan castle. He's going to start creating the funnel with the siege barrack and the king. He's going to be able to cut this area of the base off for the Hybrid, so his queen can start working his way up this direction, since she can reach everything from this compartment, and then then the attacker here can just send in the Hybrid right the way in towards the Inferno Tower. Very simple pathing. That way he's able to then work his way in towards the Eagle Artillery. Now, wait on your heal spells. Make sure that you're using the heal when they're going into an area where they're going to truly need it the most, especially if you know that they're going to be hit by a lot of heavy fire. So using free spells against maybe the enemy queen to get through with no problem to protect the Hog Riders, and you can use that Warden Eternal Tome to get through something such as the Multi-Inferno. You want to make sure though that either Hog Riders or Miners are going themselves into that Multi-Inferno compartment, so you're able to take care of it regardless. But usually you want to be able to make sure that you're using the heal spells over the Hogs and Miners that truly need the most. If the Miners go on the outside, that's fine. You can use the heal spell on some Hog Riders, even the max Hog Riders from the Clan Castle, so you're able to get through it. And just take a look at how absolutely smashed this base was due to the Hybrid. This is the reason why Hybrid is so powerful versus these type of bases. Now, what about regular wall breakers? This is something that not many people have really thought about bringing up. Regular wall breakers are a great choice if you don't want to bring or boost up any super troops. So how you're going to do this is the same base as the first one, so I'm not going to break it down for you guys. I don't want to waste your time showing a very similar base. So for starters, you want to start by going ahead and creating the funnel. Keep in mind that this is the same base. Now, normally here, you would want to start with the funnel, especially if you're charging in for an Inferno. Just keep that in mind. So you want to be able to start by either starting with Sneaky Goblins or starting with the funnel or creating the funnel, like I showed you with the first 2 examples. But you also want to be able to make sure that you know exactly where your queen is going. Now, on an island base like this, it's very symmetrical. Usually, if you're going to use super wall breakers, you saw the use of test wall breakers to look for any small bombs. Then he can send in the bulk of them in, but the Inferno Tower will prevent that, so he's got to drop a freeze. That way the wall breakers get right the way to the wall and they're able to get in. However, unfortunately, the same basic mistake happens. He just doesn't get into the base. So he's going to use Hogs, but then take a look at how the Hogs just go all the way around, and they don't actually go to that Inferno until way later. So this is something that you've got to be very, very careful of. And when you're dealing with a headhunter type CC, you gotta be very careful about where you're charging into. So you want to be able to make sure that you are getting right the way into the right area without having to worry all too much. Then you're going to be creating the funnel with the Siege Barrack and the King, and that way you've got the Hybrid to work yourself right the way in. Now I understand that this base is a tad bit easier since not all the defenses are maxed out. However, of course, the Town Hall's maxed, the Eagle's maxed, Infernos are maxed, so there we go. But the main thing here is, even though some of those Hog Riders do go on the outside, using the Warden Eternal Tome over the Town Hall and as many Miners and Hogs as possible is exactly what you want so you can get through the Town Hall compartment. You're just making it easier. Now, usually I wouldn't recommend this, and also make sure that your Queen doesn't die or find a tornado trap, but you want to be able to work yourself all the way around. Even if your Queen unfortunately dies, you may have the healers switch off onto the Hybrid if it's close enough, unfortunately, but you're able to still work your way right the way through regardless. You want to use the heal spells, though, to provide more support for the Miners and the Hog Riders. That way they can easily work themselves through the rest of the base. It looks like the healers chose a Wizard instead of going in for the Hybrid, but that's cool, I guess. But you're going to be able to easily work your way right through the base, and making it easier for you is exactly what you want. So this is pretty much how to take down island bases regardless of your Town Hall level. To wrap things up, we have a anti-3-star base. Now, this base is not well designed. There's a lot of flaws that you can take advantage of. So let's take a look. First and foremost, remember the clan castle is one of the most important things to look at. And of course, the Town Hall. And as far as what we can tell here, you could just do a Queen charge right in towards the Town Hall and still lure out the CC. Now, in terms of the Town Hall, if you are still worried about island bases, you can always use the Blimp with the Yetis inside to take care of the Town Hall while the Hybrid goes around in almost a ring. That way it's a little bit easier for you to get rid of an isolated Town Hall. You can also use it against a Town Hall that is a bit more offset to create a little bit of a funnel, just to make it a little bit easier for you. So to start off, what you want to do is you want to create the funnel. Just like how I've said throughout the video, you want to create the funnel. You can use balloons to get rid of a defense that's on the outside. Then you could go ahead and use the Queen and the Super Wall Breaker. Remember, the Super Wall Breaker will activate the Town Hall if the wall is right next to it. So you do want to use a balloon to soak up any Seeking Air Mines, look for any of those traps, and use a Rage spell. That way you're able to get your Queen to get through this area. Now, if there is a single Inferno and you're worried about it, just drop a freeze. If you're going to be charging into singles, using a freeze spell is the best choice. And it's going to make your life 10 times easier with a Hybrid or any other Queen charge attack, especially if you're still sort of new to the Hybrid or using a different Queen charge strategy. Now, as you can see, as you're working through, you have created a solid path, but you're not done until you deal with the enemy CC troops. Now, one of the most common enemy type of CCs is, of course, going to be the Super Minion CC. So in order to deal with this, you can drop in a poison and you can use a freeze spell. This way you're able to get through. The poison slows down the super minions. Usually you want to make sure that you're using the freeze spell or else you'll get a lot more shots off. But once you've sort of created the funnel, you dealt with the super minion CC or whatever CC you're seeing, this is really where this attack shines. Look at the perfect pathing you have in this base. That is the reason to why this is so strong. So you can use them going into an area like this where you have a bunch of expos in a line. This can really provide a lot of value for you as you move all the way across the base. My rule of thumb is to use a heal at the beginning, but you don't want to use another heal till you're about mid in the base, or you can use a Warden Eternal Tome. Now, as the Miners and Hogs move this way, you have the Queen going in towards the Eagle. There's a lot of value that you are getting out of from your Queen. So usually, if you do use your second heal, use it later on in the attack to where you're able to keep your Miners and Hogs protected. And as you get through towards the end of that heal, you can use the Warden Eternal Tome to push through the rest of the base and to make it so much more simpler for you. So taking on these type of bases has never really been easier. So this is something that you may want to go ahead and take away from. And outside of that, that is really how you can 3-star most bases with Hybrid. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell for more educational yet fun Clash of Clans content. And make sure to use code CORRUPT in any Supercell game. I'll be catching you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.